information is free. Read it, write it, count it, makes a difference for me. It's all around, everywhere. Open your eyes so you can see. Can you make it? Can you make it? Can you make it? It's okay, do. I guess I can do it. Can you make it? Oh, can you make it? Can you make it? It's okay, do. There's nothing in this world that can keep you from your purpose. No, nothing. What you set your mind to do. Your mind to do. Availability is within your reach and stretch. No one to blame for your excuse. No one to blame but you.
Yeah. You have no one to blame but you. Because after tonight, you're going to understand why. Because we're giving you all the information. And yeah, you can write it. But tonight, I don't know. You may not want to write. Because by the time you hear the powerhouse that's in the house tonight, piece to the puzzle, I guarantee you, you're going to think differently. You really going to think differently. So here we come. We're coming through, and we're coming through with the piece to the puzzle. Can we say hello to the piece to the puzzle? Can we? Can we say hello? Hi.
Hey.
There we go.
Doing?
We on live, right?
We on live, baby.
We live.
Hello.
Hello. And of course, you know, we have the powerhouse in the house. The powerhouse is here. And if you don't know, you about to find out. Just like I did yesterday.
He was frozen in time.
I was kind of whole frozen.
He was inertia. Like he froze.
She made me laugh.
We all were, because we have the piece to the puzzle, which is the puzzle to the piece. And by the time you understand how this whole thing flips back and forth with these two lovelies,
you're gonna understand how the piece fit to that puzzle.
Right?
You're gonna understand it was the piece.
Yes, this is what I told you. I am peace. He is puzzle. You see how we started? You see?
I can be all over the place. That's true. I'm like,
yes.
Fashioned and designed for each other. How about that?
Definitely.
Yes. That is true.
So welcome to the house. Welcome to the house.
Thank you for the invitation.
Where you all now? Our internet is crazy right now. So y'all may see me, y'all may not, but I'm going to try to make sure that I remain in pose position at all times. So just if you freeze, at least I'll be posing.
Just make sure you dab.
Look at Kim. Yes, did a great job.
That is good.
Yes.
I had to blink.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, I froze a couple of times.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
So welcome to the sister chat. Welcome. Where we got, I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. How about that? Kim, you got it.
So everybody, I would love to introduce you to two very, very, very special people to me. A phenomenal powerhouse group by the name of Piece to the Puzzle. When you think of power, God's grace, God's mercy, God's faithfulness, his promise, individually and as a collective, this lovely couple is a true testimony to who God is and how God can really move through relationships and use two people to balance one another and to show the world that God is real.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Peace is real.
Mhm.
Restoration is real.
Yes.
Love is real. And God's creativity
Mhm.
that He pours into us can
Yes.
come through when you have people who are on one accord, who move as one, and do things in excellence and as unto God. So
Yes.
without further ado, piece to the puzzle.
Wow. That was an amazing introduction.
I don't know. I don't get top that.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And we want to say thank you for having us. Thank you for that introduction. All glory goes to the King, that has allowed us as a couple, as a humans, to be the best, we can, because we just want to bring glory and honor to his name, to his kingdom, And my name is Betsaida.
My name is Geronimo. Like she said, we're a duo. They want
Yes.
to say powerhouse, but I like she said, give all the glory to God.
Yeah.
And we're a married couple, and we minister together.
17 years,
17
guys.
years. How? Only God knows.
The grace and the mercy of God. That's all we have to say, No, but God is good,
Yes,
and everything is possible if you trust in Him. Not easy, not easy, not a breeze, but possible. If you have faith, if you believe, if you're committed,
That's
and you
right.
are willing to say, "Hey, I won't give up. I will keep moving forward. This is just one more obstacle on the road. Let's just go around it if it's too high, or just jump if it's too wide." There's always, when there's a will, there's a
There's
way.
a way. That's right.
Well, Shauna, bring us all back, boo.
Yeah, because they really truly left me at a
Like, it's hard. It's hard to okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of information given in
but
30
no,
seconds.
but not only that, it was like your intro
Mm-hmm.
and then their testimony behind the intro, the years. But I don't know if anybody heard, and if they didn't hear it, I'm going to need them to say it one more time. They said they didn't just give up; they just found a way.
Yes.
We're so, and I found through research, my own, we're so quick to just.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you said no, we're not doing that, because if you really committed, that's when you really know you're into something, because you're really committed. In my family, the boxing gloves stay on. You keep your hands up. The fight is what shows you that you're worth it. Some people get backwards. Oh, we fighting, it ain't working. No, because you care enough to fight with me, that means you care enough to work it out with me. That's my perspective. Some people don't think that way. But again, when you both got that commitment and that agreement, according to the agreement that you signed on for before God, like you said, it is what it is. That's how you make it to 17 years. But the story don't stop there, and the story actually is just beginning and taking off.
That's right. Come on. Yep. That's
Yes.
right.
So, you people think that after the 7-year itch, that's it. No.
No. You see, no. I think marriage, it's a long story. And like every story, you have to have your good moments, your bad moments, your decisive moments, and then along the way, the ending. You know what I'm saying? But you will never know how it's gonna end if you give up in the middle of, the sequence. It's like when you watch Netflix, you don't start a series and then all of a sudden at the third, fourth chapter, right? You say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna quit." Oh, you know what? I'm gonna start another one.
Series.
How you gonna know how that series gonna end? If you do not decide to just, I'm gonna stay faithful, I'm gonna just keep moving forward. And like she said, the boxing gloves, you never take them off. And doesn't mean that you're always gonna be fighting. There is time that you just keep the gloves on, but put your hands down, Stay in the same position. That does not mean that it's time for move or to change. Stay in the same position. Think, analyze, breathe, and then when the time is right, you continue fighting. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because if you're tired, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to. Even if you do this and you're tired, you're just wasting your energy and your time. You know what I'm saying? So
see, and the picture's actually bigger than that, because if the marriage was consummated by God, this is what He had determined for you and your destiny from the beginning of time, when He created us in His mind, that I was supposed to meet beside her. So there's not supposed to be anything that's supposed to break in that marriage, because it was already written, it was already predestined. Anything that may try to come against you and your family, that's an attack by the enemy who's trying to do that. And if you allow that to do that, for him to do that by actually going through with the divorce, and it was actually consummated by God who allowed you guys to come together, then you're going against His plan. Then you're not able to fulfill your will that you have predestined here on earth. It's bigger than that picture. You see what I'm saying? It just goes so deep in that I just don't want to go into right now, but I'll give you just a little bit of that testimony. That's actually what it is when God consummates the marriage between two people that is under Him.
that's right. Boom.
That's bigger than a boom.
I don't even have an emoji for that. I don't even have an emoji for that. I don't think I have an emoji for that.
I'm even hot over here. I'm like,
I don't think I have an emoji for that, but I don't think I have an emoji. But now you understand why she is his piece to that big puzzle. Because like you said, it's bigger than that. And women, we have to be our men's piece.
that's right.
The puzzles of life that they go through daily, like the jigsaws that they move in, and the creation and the piecing together, and the everything that goes on with them, they have to have somewhere where they can go.
It's refuge. It's refuge. It's calm. It's peace. There's nurturing.
She's my rib. She's my rib. She came out of my rib.
So wait a minute. I gotta do an Ace Ventura's moment. That's
a good one.
Okay. You wonder why I call you the Powerhouse. There you go.
I told you, Shauna.
There you go.
I tried the water.
Because let me ask you a question. When the lights are off and you get a plug and you plug it into a working socket where there is electricity, what happens?
Woo! Yeah.
You get power. But it's a house, because it's a man and a woman that's built together as a house, coming together under one roof. Is that house? See, I know. Y'all gonna say this, you go with that deep stuff. Yes, y'all know I go out the box with things.
I like that.
That's where the Powerhouse come from, because today they're going to give us some power for our houses. So with that being said, let's put the disclaimer out. You ready, Kim?
Say that. You got it.
On the Sister Chat, we welcome you. If this is your first time, you will be back, I promise you, because we are an experience. But the experience that you will experience is this: our truth is not your truth, and we're not pushing it on you. So we're just saying, this is how I feel, and this is what I say, and this is how I think. However, this is a smorgasbord, so treat it as the same. If you don't like it, treat it like Golden Corral and move on to the next tray. Or as Kim would say,
eat the meat,
right?
Spit out the bone.
And the other disclaimer: if you see Kim going like this, that means everything gonna have to go into a pause, because she's about to blow. You gotta let her do it. But meanwhile, we want to also thank our guests that are coming through. I want to pronounce her name correctly. So please do accept my apology. Fida, Evangelista Batista.
Let's say that.
Did I say it right or close?
My name?
No, you have guests here.
Oh.
Her name is Tita Evangelista Batista. Did I say it right?
Evangelista Batista. Hi.
Hey! I tried it.
She is an amazing supporter.
Yes,
She
yes.
is
An amazing supporter, amazing fan. Always shares, always helps out, get our word out. Man, we love her so much. We thank her for that she's that she does that. Thank you so much, sister.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And she agrees with me. You are definitely a power couple. But she also left you another message.
What she said?
What
Folks
did
are
she say?
quick to either quit, run away,
Uh-huh.
and suppress issues at hand
Uh-huh.
and present. There it is. When you're type of relationship to people, that's right. Very small percent. Take the way of work it out. That's right. And wait on the Lord. That's right. Amen. That's right.
Right here. All
Now,
right.
now
Now I'm
granted,
connected.
Oh, she's connected. So she see the comments. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
now
That's right.
granted,
That's
there
right.
are some times where you really can't. I get it, and you understand. And God says to you, "Did I just freeze?" God says to you, "I didn't ordain this."
Mm-hmm.
He'll tell you, and he'll ask you. He'll say, "You still in this because you got in this. I didn't bring you in this."
That's right. Ooh, come on. Come on.
So yeah, I know how I've frozen because my face looks so nice. But I know y'all still hear my voice.
Yeah, you're nodding and talking, but your lips aren't moving.
Yeah, but don't I look cute?
Yes, yes.
So really quick, I was thinking about something you guys said a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when Beseda said it's like a series. Or Geronimo, I don't know if it was you. One of you said it's like a series. And that really hit home because you think about every event or every situation or every journey that you go through. It's always something that you have to work through. And that thing comes to an end. And then you go on to the next thing with the same person in that relationship, but it's always evolving. And with the series, you have the beginning. Think about when you first meet somebody.
Yes.
That introduction is like, ooh, this is nice.
Right.
Ooh. And you're just getting the feel for it. And then you have all those different, episodes that come along.
It's a good one. I like that. Different episodes and stages.
Those are the stages.
Yes, with different emotions, feelings.
And it never ends unless the writer decides to end it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But if the writer continues to write,
the story keeps on going.
Continues.
Yes. You should know about that's right.
That's right.
That's why I hit home. That's right.
Yes.
And it's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's a
daily
choice.
Let me tell you, it's like love. Love, people think, oh my God, it's an emotion, it's a feeling. Not at all. Love is a choice. We choose to love or not to love. You see what I'm saying? Because if it was a feeling, then you would feel it and you don't have to choose who you're going to feel it for. You see what I'm saying? It would just happen automatically. But because it is a choice, we have the power to choose who we're going to love for how long, you know what I'm saying? And the way we're going to love them too. You see? So it is very important for us to understand the real meaning of things, in order for us to execute them well. You see? I don't wake up every morning saying, oh my God, I love my husband so much. I'm an emotional creature. I'm a woman. I have hormones,
I do.
And
so when you first wake up and you go,
right. Yeah. He loves me.
That's the first thing you say. No, yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right, bro.
No matter what, he even take pictures of me sleeping like this. And he's like, oh, you look so peaceful and so beautiful. I'm like, don't you dare share that,
I said, babe, you even praising in your sleep. Look.
But in reality, that's how real life is, you know. And I do not agree with people who say, oh no, I always feel the same way, I always love him the same way. No, love is something that, you know, it is a choice, you know, and it is a choice for a reason. We are emotional, we got, you know, exactly, hormones that sometimes we wake up and we don't even want to look outside the window because, you know, the hormones are kicking in or whatever. And we have to choose, I'm not going to allow this feeling to run my day. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice right there, you know. And to tell honey, you know, today's not the day.
That's right.
You know, today's not a good day, I'm feeling kind of funny, you know, but I'm still choosing to love you because I'm still here no matter how I feel.
And that's kind of you learn in that person's some people call it their love language. Some people call it their phases of life. And as people evolve, you have to learn how to love them according to that time in their life.
Exactly.
And basically being what they need in that season. So where some people think that love is just that feeling, love is action. It shifts.
Yes.
The way you needed me to love you yesterday is not the way you need me to love you tomorrow.
Exactly.
Because things happen in life. And okay, this love is being and executing in the moment of what those needs are for that person.
Right, and as it goes on, not just, you know, the other person says, "Oh my God, you don't love me. You don't say it all the time. This and that." Like Batista said, it's not about the words. It's more about the actions. If I see that my wife gets up, she cooks for me, you know, or I do my part, I clean to help her around the house, this and that. These are actions that go a long way. That shows an essence of love. You know what I mean? Not just because, oh, you didn't say it, this and that, you don't love me. Yeah, but what about everything that I put into this marriage, everything that I put into this relationship for us to get us to the next level, the choices that we make together, you know what I mean? That are done together and are not, you know, in action, more or less on instead of speaking. You know what I mean? People show love in different ways. You know what I mean? It took me a while to figure it out and understand that. You know what I mean? If she's cooking, if she's cleaning, if she's doing my, you know, my laundry or whatever the case may be, that this is how she shows her love and affection. You know, I mean, I was at a point where I was like in a juvenile phase. Well, how come you don't say I love you all the time and this and this and that? And she was like, yeah, but why? That's so childish. Look at everything I do. And it took me a while for God to, you know, to illuminate my mind and said, bro, dude, that's how she shows her affection. That's how she's showing she loves you. Everything that, you know, do you have clothes that are clean? Yes. You always have food on the table. Is she cooking organic food for you to keep you healthy? Oh, wow. That is so true.
That's the different language of love.
Yeah. So I see all that.
It's very important for a couple to understand what is your language of love. You know, that means how do you express love? Okay, right. We got people that are all the time, I love you, I love you, you know, and you have people that just tell you I love you whenever they feel like you need to hear it, but they're constantly working with you, for you, supporting you, showing you love, because that's the way they
were wired. That's their character. That's the way God made them.
That's their language of love.
Yes, that's right.
Let's put it that way. And if you don't know that, maybe this is why you're having many problems in the relationships that you have, because you want people to love or show you love the way you want them to show you love. You are not accepting and embracing the way they are and how they show love. You understand what I'm saying?
17 years.
17 years.
We've learned along the way.
And we have grown.
You know what I mean? That road has cut off and went narrow, but then always ends to get back on track.
Yes.
We've learned that. So, you know, hopefully there's people out there that can take from what from the experience, because always experience is, at the end of the day, is what helps. It's proven.
Makes you grow.
It's.
I'm gonna let y'all. We could be here forever. Go ahead.
we have forever, so it's okay. But I don't know if y'all noticed the first disclaimer just happened. Go ahead, Kim.
So I was just thinking, right? let's think about parents with their children.
Mm-hmm.
When the child is first born, the parents don't know how to be with that child.
That's right.
They have to learn, because that's a being that doesn't talk. It can't communicate with you.
Right.
You just have to try to figure that thing out by its reaction to things that you do or you say.
Yes. How they
Then,
respond.
as the child starts to mature,
Mm-hmm.
now it can speak more, but you taught it how to move, what to say, how to ask for things. It's always this evolving understanding between the parent and the child. Then and I also have to say that with the child, they're demanding. You don't understand them, and they are very demanding. But somehow you manage to work it out to get to a point where you know your baby.
Yes.
You know your child. You know what their needs are. You know how to respond. You know how to ask. And it's the same way with the relationship, with the romantic relationship. It starts out, oh, I don't really know this person.
Mm-hmm.
I only know what I know to do. They only know what they know to do. So you ask questions, you communicate, and you talk it out. So, what do you think of this? How do you think? What are your expectations? And I think that word right there, that whole expectation, so many people come into relationships expecting things that they didn't receive in the previous one.
Yes.
Expecting that person to become all of what they were lacking before.
Come on, yes, yes.
That's not fair.
That's right.
It's not fair. Because you have two different people coming from two different places, and they come together, and you're giving birth to this new thing. So it takes time. And you're learning the love language. You're learning how they think, how they walk, how they speak. When they don't speak, what does that mean? Because there's a lot of love that's expressed without the verbal. Just like you guys were saying. You know, my way of doing something is not your way of doing something.
Exactly.
And another thing is that the media, television and movies, how we're raised, gives us this snapshot of how it's supposed to be.
How they try to portray how marriage actually is supposed to be. Yes.
Relationship.
Expectation of what or how love is supposed to look.
But see, because that's the way the system implements it in order, so that way they can control, and divorce comes through. So now the lawyer can get paid, the judge can get paid. It's a bigger picture than that.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? The way the system is portrayed. That's why we have to be relying on what the Bible says and how the Bible says that marriage should be and how it should go. Love, you know what I'm saying? That way we do know how to do it the right way, not being taught by, like what you said, the way the television portrays it, the system.
They have tainted what reality is supposed to look. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And we cannot compare our, like Sister Batista just said right there in the chat. She was like, we need to stop comparing our relationship, you know, with the relationship of others, because we taint a relationship. We mess that up by bringing somebody else's experience of love and of how it look like, how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to look, you know, instead of living on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Or how's the spouse that I'm actually supposed to get? Oh, I'm supposed to get a woman that's supposed to be making money, that she likes expensive car, or whatever the case may be. The way that, you know, TV portrays that a woman's supposed to be for you. No, it's the way the woman God has for me.
Exactly. That it will fit perfectly on that puzzle, on the picture of the puzzle. You see what I'm saying? It is like when you have something wrong that is not what you're supposed to have in your life, You know, when we were little and we have those big puzzles, they're like 1,000 pieces and they are so tiny and small. And we get so tired. And this one, look, has the same color and it's similar shape. But I'm so tired, I'm just going to force it in place. You see what I'm saying? And what you keep having that forced piece in there that doesn't fit and it doesn't belong, the right one never gonna come. You see what I'm saying? Because the space is already occupied, you know.
Right.
And we have to be careful, at least when it comes into relationship. You know, it's not a game. It's not something that you force. It's not something that you just get just because you want to feel a status. You know, it doesn't work like that.
Right. So since you did that, since you said that you're trying to force that piece there, and you keep it there, let's say the picture's never ever going to be finished.
Never gonna be finished.
And if that means that that problem is always going to be there.
Yo,
Because the picture was never
something
finished.
is gonna be always
Looming.
left behind, or something
That's
always
right.
because the piece that goes there cannot find a place.
That's
you know
come
what I'm
on.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
Lord, have mercy.
Woo.
Yes.
And it's knowing when you realize exactly what doesn't fit, only you know.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to let go of something that's not fitting.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't want to let go
Come on.
because they feel like I've invested so much time, or I don't know what to do without this person. Or children may be involved, and you say, well, I wanted this image, this life for my children so they wouldn't have to deal with maybe what I went through. At the same time, it's this false narrative that you're presenting.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. False narrative.
And you have to, at some point, make the decision, make the choice to change and shift and release something that is not for you.
But you know what, Kim? This is the problem with humans, all of us. We get comfortable, you know, what is familiar. It doesn't matter if it's good or if it's bad. I could be so uncomfortable, but if I'm so familiar and I get used to that uncomfortability, you know, I don't want to change it. Yes, it is uncomfortable, but because I already got used to the feeling of not being comfortable, I'm okay with that. You see? And that is so sad. That is so sad, you know, because you should not settle. You know what I'm saying? No, this is not what life was created. Don't get comfortable to not feeling good, to be uncomfortable. Don't, you know, change. It's okay.
I have a question. How does your testimony, your lives, and your relationship as a couple translate into your music, into your creativity?
Well, wait a minute. Before you answer that question. But wait, before you answer that question, I do apologize that I'm missing this, but trust me, I've been watching. And it goes to show you that it must be a reason why he's not allowing me to hear you guys. That's cool, because I'm going to listen to the replay.
That's right.
So wait, I need to give a little more background because some people are coming in and they have no idea where we are. So we have the Powerhouse piece to the puzzle, but I need you to understand, piece to the puzzle has more meaning than just the name, because they're also a group. They're a gospel Christian group, singers. If you saw the show last night, you know exactly how powerful they are. But now they're giving you an insight because they're opening up their lives and telling us the story of their songs. But not only that, here's another plus. I don't know that you identify, Kim. Did you tell? Did we tell? Did we mention that yet? That we had Pastor G on the line? And Pastor Betsy?
Yes.
That's right.
So please do understand that what we're speaking right now, we're speaking from every content of the nature.
Yes.
And right now, we're speaking on a level of not only just marriage, but the fact that they're doing all three as a team, as a powerhouse. So go ahead. Now you can say incorporation. Oh, before you do that, I'll let you know what Fita said in a minute. Okay, go ahead. I
So,
may pop out again. I don't know. I may pop out again, but go ahead.
all right, you want us to answer that question? How
Yeah.
everything in a relationship and everything, every experience that we have gone through translate through our music. That's the essence of our music. You see what I'm saying? That's how we write our lyrics. That's the inspiration. We get inspired by our daily lives. Our children's lives inspire us. The struggles that our children are facing. We got 5 kids, okay, people? 5, yes. 5. His, mine, and ours.
And we made
Brady
it work.
Bunch.
17 years. That's right.
That's right. So, when it comes to children's, each one of them have their own identity, their own character, personality. So the way I deal with number one, I could not deal with number 2 the same way, because like Kim said, they're all different, So each one of them, the battles, the struggles, the things they're facing are an inspiration for us as a family and for us as artists, to write our lyrics.
Yes. Always, when we write our lyrics and we write our messages in our song, of course, we ask for guidance from God first.
Yeah.
But then, we believe that we always try to sit down and say, if we're going to write a song, it's going to be a song that what we have been facing, one of our children maybe want to have been facing, one of our songs that we're working on now that is going to be coming out on our new album has to deal with what my daughter had to deal with actual bullying in school. And she was actually one of the main pieces for that song. So, and then one of the other songs that we mentioned yesterday, it was a song about love and how God, God shows love and everything like that was all our kids writing a piece of the verse of that song. And that's how we came out with that song, In Love.
In Love.
So each one of our songs has to do with a certain situation or a certain problem that we might have been facing in our lives or in our kids' life. Even we go further than that. We try to think about, okay, what is this world going through? What are the issues that this world are facing right now? We're working on this song.
Yeah, that sometimes are unnoticed.
That are noticed.
Yes,
unnoticed.
that
right.
we focus our attention in what media or the news are telling us, and we just need to look to the side and see where the real problems is at. And we don't see it because we are so focused on what they want us to hear that we don't see the reality of the problems that are.
Yep. So we see that. So we say, you know what? Let's write a song. We have a song that's going to be coming out. It's called Living the Dream, like Dr. Martin Luther King. Why? We want to be able to bring awareness to people on a political aspect, not too much as spiritual, but with a positive message. So people can understand that there is a message of hope. There's unity. There's love. And it can be done through music and God. You know what I mean? So it's God. If people know who Piece of the Puzzle is, Piece of the Puzzle are people it's a group that is a fusion. We like to make them. That's why when everybody said, what is your genre? What is you guys like? I said, look, man, we're a fusion. We like to touch every single topic.
Yes.
We like to make music that everyone can listen to.
They can relate.
They can relate between the 25, the 12, the 25, the 25, the 40, the 50, the 60. Everybody can get into it. And as Kim knows us, she heard a lot of our songs and what's coming out. She knows we try to hit all those aspects of the views because of that. We want to bring an awareness. You know what I mean? Piece of the puzzle. It's music for the soul.
That's right. And where a word cannot get or touch, a song can.
That's true. We all know it.
Yes, because on with me and my brother, that's what we say. There's a message behind the music, and that's how we used to get through, because we had that song that let us know, that gave us hope. Like the one that says, famous one that everybody's listening to right now is Change Is Gonna Come. Another song that I like to listen to whenever things is rocky and roll for me, I'll listen to Donny Hathaway when he says, one day we're going to be free. We're gonna be whatever our freedom is that we need to be free from. Some people feel as though freedom means, that I'm free from pain. Yeah, whatever your freedom is, that moment that you need to be free from, one day I'm going to be free. And the one song that I'm glad that you mentioned, because I thought that was like so like wild, was when you told us that each one of your children put a line to the song. So let's look at that puzzle. Can we look at that puzzle for a minute?
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me,
The volume went down. There's any reason why? Can you
huh?
guys hear us well?
I hear you.
Yeah, we
Okay,
hear
you
you.
guys are low in our end.
No, I got you. We good.
Okay.
So you wrote a line.
Shonda,
Yeah.
wait, make sure you
Yeah,
can
it's all
hear
the
us.
way up.
Hold on. Can you hear now?
Nah, and all our volumes all the way up too.
Okay. Come off and come back on.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What
We
do you
can
mean?
hear you guys. Yeah, we just pay attention.
Okay.
Well,
No.
just to let everybody know, we are all experiencing some type of technical issues because there is a storm in the area. So that's why I'm now on my phone, where I couldn't use my computer a minute ago. The internet not working for them, and then the boys are saying that the internet not working for them. So I'm not sure if we all may be experiencing something that's causing this problem.
What
But
about
then
me?
it also can be the famous "the enemy is intruding."
Of course, it's good stuff we're here sharing here. So,
And
but
while
we're not
you
gonna
doing
let
that,
him.
while
That was
you doing
live.
that, until we can confirm the sound, I'm going to let you know what the people are saying.
Awesome. We're just
Um,
gonna put our headphones on.
okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to try to read from this end what is being said. Um, Ida was saying previously to what was noted prior to. She said that and although wait a minute, I'm going to put my microphone on so I can blow it up and see what she had to say.
You want me to read it?
Ah.
She said, although we love our culture and roots, but culturally, the majority message to man was all you need to do is be a provider, not vulnerable, not emotional. That's seen as a weak man. That's unfortunate, has
Woo.
into our men. And for the women, is more being a housewife, and all of our women can aspire with marriage looking for a provider and settle. This is a major problem that we still face. We must be unlearned so many things culturally, religiously, politically, and educationally, etc.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
you.
that is
Joanne?
that's dismantling a systematic problem in all those different areas.
Yes,
That's major.
major.
Yes.
And that's a major undertaking because you have so many people who have different religious backgrounds, different political backgrounds, different social
Mm-hmm.
economic backgrounds, the whole nine. And then these things that people have been taught along the way or embedded. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how
Mm-hmm.
you look. This is how you should dress. This is how you show up because they said so. Well,
Mm-hmm.
who is the they?
Who's the they? That's right.
And why can't I be my authentic self
That's
Exactly.
and allow God to deal with me the way He wants to in my life,
right.
and my
Mm-hmm.
relationships, and in my,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
like a whole year's worth of conversation.
Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something. Part of our ministry that God has placed in my heart, as the production of, started a new production, Betsaida in Espanol and all of that. But part of the ministry and what God has placed in my heart, which is a fulfillment of a prophecy, is to empower women. You know what I'm saying? Women that has been mistreated, women that for years we have been put to the side
Scorned, battered,
and
yeah.
yes, neglected.
Mm-hmm.
And it's inside the church and outside the church. You understand what I'm saying? This is not something that just happened
and in some few places. Now that goes inside the church and outside the church too. You know what I'm saying? And God has placed in my heart to empower women, because for years, we have been put as, we are the downfall because of what Eve did in the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? So, they has trying to put in every aspect, put ourselves down, like the woman is irrelevant. And by saying this, I'm not saying that the man doesn't have their place. They do have their place, but God has placed in my heart to start showing to the women's, you have a place too. And I'm coaching this group of ladies. It's like 45 ladies that they wanted to know more, because they're going through depression, they're suffering all type of stuff. Of course, why not?
But why?
Society,
Because just like what Kim said, the way
society,
they want you to see it.
yeah, society, religion,
Hmm.
everybody, they want to put you down. They want to put you as you are the one to blame for everything that is happening because of the beginning of the creation, all
Hmm.
of that. And I started, the first class that I gave them was the way we were created, you see. And I don't want to get into more,
Details.
details, but the way the woman was created was completely different that the man was created. The Bible said that the man was created from the dust of the earth. All right. But then when you read in Genesis 1:20-22, it says that the woman was created from the bone of the rib of the man. And I don't know about you, but the bone is stronger than the dust. Okay, you see? Exactly. Exactly. And there's a reason why God did that. Because when you go and research the bone of the rib, even though it's a bone and it's strong, the rib bones are flexible. You see what I'm saying? Because they need to protect the lungs, the heart, and all vital organs. So with that, I'm just gonna leave it like that. If
No,
that
you're not.
doesn't,
No, you're not. No, you're
yo,
not. You're not leaving it there. Let me tell you why you're not leaving it there. Because I have always said the wrong bone in a man's back makes him walk wrong.
Hmm.
So
yes,
if you don't have the right bone in your back, man, and you wondering why you walking around bent over, you need to check the bone that's in your back.
That's
that's
right.
right.
Come on.
Because it's come to a fact that just like you said, see, let me tell you something. There's trickery to the right thing. This is just my
I like
again.
that. There's
Here's,
trickery to the right thing. I love it. Love it.
here's my disclaimer. Here's my disclaimer. They lead you to believe. They lead you to believe that just because you support your man, you back your man, you're there for your man, you're there with your man. That's not how it's supposed to be. They lead you to
Hmm.
believe that the man can be by himself. But let me ask you something. Who's there to support the man? Who's there to push the man? How does the man get where he is if he ain't got no motivation and no inspiration to get him encouraged to keep moving as a man? So
No,
call me crazy if you want to, because when he calls me, I'm right there. No, I'm not chased. No, I'm not thirsty. It's called I know my purpose. I know my birth. Now, let me tell you something about the Eve thing. Just because Eve made her mistake, just
mm-hmm.
because Eve made her mistake, what we fail to understand and what we fail to realize is we're supposed to see that mistake and understand we're not supposed to do the same.
Hmm.
Exactly. And there
Hmm.
was a reason why she did it too. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
whole reason behind that. Remember, we were created at the image of God. You understand? And one of the things that the serpent told Eve was, "Oh, if you eat from this," I'm paraphrasing, okay? "If you eat from this fruit, you're gonna become like God." You know, Eve was already like God. Adam was already like God. Yeah, somehow she wasn't aware of it. Somehow she forgot about
boom,
that.
right. You just said
Boom.
something right there. Right? You
Yes.
just said something right there. Do you know who you are?
Do
Do
you
you
know who
know
you
Yes.
who
are?
you are? I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Do you know who you
Exactly.
are? Do you know?
Yes.
Do you know? Do you know?
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Do you know? Do you
As
know?
is, yeah. As is, yeah. And this is what I'm telling these women. I said, ladies, you need to know who you are, how you were created, how was your design, made, and why. And once you understand this revelation,
This is how you no longer gonna be going around wasting your time thinking that you can't do it, that you're not able, that you are less than anybody else just because you don't look the same, blah, blah, blah. You will not allow the system to control you because you know in your heart how you were designed, how you were created, how powerful you are, and how much potential do you have. We are the ones that everything is put in our hands, we multiply it.
Mhm.
Men cannot multiply nothing. We can. You give a woman a house, she will make it a home. You give a woman groceries, she will make it food for the whole family. You know, you put a sperm inside a woman, she will multiply and give you a baby. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So anyway,
Yeah,
so sorry.
that's
But
right.
You
yeah,
gotta bring that thing, Bessie.
you
You gotta
know,
bring that thing.
but it is the revelation and the reality that for years the system, the enemy, the religious people don't want us to know.
Or they don't want to teach. You know, they want
No.
to, there's nothing wrong with focusing on Jesus walked on water and everything like that. But let's get into the real essence, the real Bible. Pastors teach our men what they need to be, which are priests, kings of the home, in order to balance this out. She was our rib. She's also a helper. So we need to stay in our lane and do what we are supposed to do, which is most of the stuff at home and not leave everything to the woman. That's why a lot of marriages and everything doesn't work financially, because we want to let them do everything and let's fall back and be worried about other things and not taking control of what the responsibility of the man. We are the king of
Yes.
the home. We are the priesthood of the home. We're supposed to take majority of all of the situations that is happening in the house, through finances, through anything that may come. That's when you come and conversate and say, honey, this came about. What do you think about this and this and that? You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of marriages don't work out today. We're
Yes.
starting to figure this out and understand. That's why I have 17 years strong, because I
Yes.
was able to understand that
Your
I was
position.
falling, my position. I was
Yes.
doing a lot of things, and I allow it. And she was taking the majority of the thing. And we noticed that, why isn't our house not in order?
Not
What is
functioning. Yep.
going on?
Yep.
It was that God revealed to me through the word that I had to take and own my
My
position
position.
as a man of
Yes.
the home. Priesthood.
Yes.
We are kings. Now,
Yes.
men, you guys got to step up and do what y'all was born to be
That's
do,
right.
and destined is to be king and priest of the home. The Bible says it's not me. The Bible.
That's right. So we are pro humanity, man and woman. We want to empower you through our music, through our preachings, through our teachings, because we are an amazing creation, the best creation that creation.
Creation that God created. That's right.
I sounded very Puerto Rican, right? We are the best creation that our heavenly Father did. So the only creation that it's created at His image. Okay, so I
People
dropped
don't
the
see,
mic right there.
people don't
Boom.
understand how
I think
powerful we are.
you got the mic, but I'm picking it back
Go
up.
ahead.
I have to tell you, what the people are saying. I really do have to tell you what
Okay,
woo,
good.
I have to tell you what the people are saying. They like truly blowing up over here. They like, we got fires, we got claps, we got horns, we have it all going on here. But basically, um whew, I keep saying this is why my computer's not working. It's trying to start working again, but there's the reason why I'm on this phone. And I just don't know why. But I'm gonna figure it out later. So again, Vadita says she wanted to say that she loved you guys. You're relevant, and the ministry supports anyone on the path because we know the impacts, the inevitable. All of it is hot. Joanna says my son is autistic, and one thing about Peace, the
Johanna.
puzzle I love is that they take the time to reach out to him and have blessed him with CDs, posters. Have a pastor have shown the love of God to my son, and their music has been therapeutic to him, and they are
Yes.
truly a blessing. And yes, Fadita says a protector. Like I said, we got a lot of fires going on, a lot of thumbs up, and you're right. And yes, we do find that it is very much so a therapeutic for music with autistic kids.
Yes.
And one thing I would say about an autistic child, you cannot take their fire out. It's just something about the fire that's in an autistic
That's
child
so true.
that if you
That's so
give them
true.
the opportunity, they will show you.
Oh
Just how
yes.
much fire they have, and
Yes.
they do not quit. If you
Nope.
believe
No.
in them, they will show, they will show you better than a
Yeah.
person who don't have a problem.
Yes, I agree. And Armani, which is Johanna's son, Armani, we love Armani. He is so creative. He is fire.
Fire.
Like,
Very
honestly,
creative. Yes.
wow, this kid, he always come up with so many different things, but he love our music. He acts like Pastor Jerome doing his rap and
Yeah.
everything, you know? And it's so uplifting to see that what you create, what God has given you, it's causing this effect, in other
And it's all is
people.
worth it. If one, come on.
It is
If we
worth
could,
it.
same thing. If we could reach one, that's all matter.
It's worth
Then we
it.
know what we're doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Amen.
I found that with me, I found that working with children with autism, most people don't know their learning style
Yes.
or they don't understand their interest.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And so you're trying to force things on them without understanding how they function.
Yes.
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 And
You're
it's
right.
not that they're less than or they can't. It's just no,
Mhm.
get to know them.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Get to know what they're like.
Mm-hmm.
Know what piques their interest, because that thing that piques their interest is that thing that they excel at.
Excel it. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I
And
agree.
want to help to teach them along the way, And I think
Mhm.
people just don't take the time. You gotta take the time.
Time
Yeah.
is the whole point. You're
That's
right.
that's what the system is. The system is just a one way of teaching. And if you don't learn this way, there's something wrong with you. I always tell my children, no, it's something wrong with the system. God created us so unique that when He created you, like my husband said last Sunday preaching, when God created you, He broke the mold. You see what I'm saying? There's nobody like you.
Yes.
So how is it that the system wants to create a one way of teaching? One way of learning, you know what I'm saying? So we were all created differently, and we learn in different ways, you see.
Mhm.
But hey, this is the world we are living in, and we need to make a change.
That's
We
right.
have to be the change.
So you just said something really cool. You
Talk to
talked
me, talk
about
to me.
people doing things in their own ways.
Yes.
And when you said that, I thought about worship, and I thought about music, and I thought about creativity. So, of course, I go to you guys, and going back to your music. When I hear it, it's such an awesome thing to have like rap and singing at the same time. But then you also have the English language and the Spanish language at the same time. And you tackle so many different issues. And for me, it's so warming and encouraging when I hear your music, because a lot of people, they just write just to write. They because they want notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Come on.
They
Come on,
want
Kim. Yes.
instantaneous fame. So they're willing to do anything and everything to get it.
Yeah.
When we understand that when you are truthful in your craft, when you tell God yes,
Mm-hmm.
when you understand your why are you making this music?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Who your music is for? Your
Mm-hmm.
music is for the masses,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know? And I believe this is the season where God is about to elevate you guys even higher than you were,
Mm.
because
Come
of
on.
the shifts that were happening and the pulling back of certain things that you thought had to be in place in order for you to move forward. But he's like, okay, all the storm has come, the tornado has come. I've
Mm-hmm.
snatched off the cover of those faces and those things, and you've been in your incubator.
Yes.
And he's about
Wow.
to birth something so phenomenal in you guys.
Woo!
I am
Yes.
so excited just to hear you talk. Like when I told Sean about you, I was like, listen, gotta get them, but I'm telling you, They're a force to be reckoned with. And I'm glad that we have this time.
Yes.
I love being with you guys. Like showing their energy in person.
Honey, you ain't got to tell me. I didn't.
You just got to. I mean, to be
I didn't already experienced it.
But the funny thing about it is, Kim, you're not too far behind. That's why when we get together,
yes,
it's like we're so much alike. It's crazy.
Yes.
You know, you have your artistic way and your ways, and we have our artistic ways and our ways. But when we come together, it's like it's the same thing. It's an explosion. You know, when you come to our house, it's like, yo, boom, boom. You could be here for hours. You know,
I know.
And we're like, oh my gosh, she's like, I gotta go. So
no,
I understand totally.
This is how bad you guys are. You guys are so bad. They have you confessing, and then you realize what you confessed about, and then you find out who they are. You go, oh my
God! It's so good. No judgment. No judgmental here. We're not judgmental. It's so good.
Yeah. We talking about the Scorpio sting and all this. And then I was like, and then I kept wondering why she kept calling him Pastor J.
Yeah, you got to tell that story. You have to say, you have to.
No.
What?
A little bit.
Yes, Pastor G. She didn't know. I said, yeah, we're pastors. And she's like, what? And you had me saying all these things to a pastor? She was like, oh my God. I said, honey, it's fine. We're still human. We're real people. We're not judgmental like that. It's all good. Mm-hmm. God sees us naked the way we are, and he still loves us the same way. So, hey, if he can do that, I can do it too. We can do it too. Yes, but it's all good. It's all good.
Did she froze again?
Yeah. I think so.
She's scratching her neck, yo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm excited to hear your music. Just to see when this all of the there she is. I'm gonna call her not Pastor Pop Up.
Did you say Pastor? Wait a minute. Hold on there. Wait a minute. I
pop up.
I tell you, I even received that. I can speak it from experience. I ain't even telling you I received that. I ain't gonna do it. Nope, not gonna do it. What the song said? I ain't gonna be able to do it.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. Yeah.
You're not fighting against me now.
No, thank you. I'm okay. But wait, so now that I'm back, so I guess they didn't want me to tell the story. So we were just talking about, being a woman and, the things that us as women do. And, I got to talking about, the Scorpio and the Scorpio this and, the Scorpio that. And, and then I'm going to leave the other stuff between us. Mm-hmm. They was all like, yeah. So, that was like, wait a minute. Pastor G. Pastor Betsy. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all pastors? And she was, immediately, I felt like I didn't know if I needed to run back and jump in the baptism pool, or if I needed to go get my rosaries from school and go, forgive me for my sin. How many rosaries do I need to say?
She felt a conviction that she was like, what?
It was great. It was great.
Now that tells you something there. Anytime you're convicted, that must mean I was doing
Lord Jesus. Yes.
But it's funny because, we always talk about the technical issues that we run into. And the reasons why we have these technical issues, and we always say the enemy must have had something to do with it. So I'm going to make y'all laugh real quick. So my computer was trying to go down. It wouldn't accept the charge. Then all of a sudden it didn't want to accept the internet. But the minute I put that little $sign up there that I always tell people, if you see the love, share the love for somebody who gave love, it wouldn't let me put it up there. And all of a sudden the computer kept shutting down and everything. I was like, oh, the enemy is a
He's a
liar.
liar. That's
The
right.
enemy is a liar. I am gonna put that up there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it up there, but we're gonna get it up there.
Put it up there.
So again, for all of you who have tuned in, and yes, Ebony, we have Ebony Queen. She said that one of her granddaughters is autistic. We have so like I said, we got so many messages that are coming in. But I want to also make sure because we go, and when we go, we give you a lot to unpack, and we understand that. Um, but with that being said, we have some other news that's going on as a team of y'all working together because Betsy, you have a single.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. I have a single that just dropped last month, and it's in Spanish. It's a Spanish worship, and it has been
Like
a
I said, we're
dream.
a fusion. We do it all.
That's right. But it has been a dream since I've been singing since I was 4 years old. Cuatro añitos, I've been singing. And the first ministry of singing that God granted me was with my husband, you know. I never heard hip hop, I never heard urban music. I grew up in Puerto Rico, believe it or not. I grew up listening to rock, to pop, and I didn't know what the lyrics was saying, but I was still like, yeah. Um, Now, of course, now I go back and I read the lyrics of the songs that I used to sing, and I was like,
Yes,
oh, that was not what I was saying at all.
yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
one of those numbers. But I grew up listening to that, and when I came back to the Lord, I always wanted to do a worship in Spanish project, but I was like, God, it is gonna be on your time. Right now you granted me to be as part of Piece to the Puzzle with my husband, which he raps and I do the hooks and stuff like that. But it's not actually my genre. It's not something that I could just evolve and develop, even though God has given me the grace to do it.
Amen.
Um,
Amen.
but it's not what I am
Fluent.
more
You're not fluent in it.
fluent
Yeah. Not your
exactly,
strong suit.
because it's not, because I don't be listening to hip hop. I'm gonna lie to you if I if I'm telling you I do not listen to it at all. So but you know we have been working in this project for 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and in one point of the career, I was like, well, this was just in my head. This is not gonna come through. There's too many obstacles, that are not allowing this project to come out. So I just left it like that, and I was like, God is in your hands. It's yours. You gave it to me, but eventually it's yours. Ultimately, the right timing for it. And when 2020 started and everything started to happen, 2020 was like a bell ringing of this is happening. People, are you awake? Are you seeing what's happening? What is to come? What is happening in the world and everything? I was like, okay, I started entering into this praying and fasting more deeper, I will say, and I presented this project and I say, God, if you give me this music, this song, these lyrics, it's for now, you know? And all of a sudden, of something that was not moving at all, God opened the doors and everything just started like boom, boom, boom. The song was ready. The platforms were ready for me. People are started to call me. Music is getting to many places. I'm working with somebody in Argentina. I was working with somebody in Colombia. Like all of these things all of a sudden started to open up, and I was like, oh, I understand, because the title of the song is End of Times,
Mhm.
the end of times. And the song talk about that. Look what is happening in the world. Might be that finally the king, it's getting ready to come. You see what I'm saying? That's what the song says, and it's an awareness, like wake up, and look beyond what you can see, and you will understand what nature and the world is telling you. It's in the Bible. It says, if you want to know more about what's happening, go in the Bible and you will see. You see? So this song is an awakening, not only for the church, but for the people that knew the Lord at what point and they decided just to turn their back, you know. It's time to come home because there is a harvest that is getting ready to be picked up. And we are part of those laboring to get the harvest. You see, the last harvest. And we have to be ready and do and stay put in the places, areas, territories that God has given you. The King has given you a territory, and some of us has neglected that territory because we want to just go along with what the system and the religious system and the people are doing and what is going to give me fame, like you say, Kim, instant fame. So I forget about my real territory and I'm stepping in somebody else's territory because I want fame. I want to be popular. I want to be an influence. I want to be known. You see what I'm saying? And God is saying it is time to go back and take a hold of the territory that I have placed in your hands from the beginning of the creation when I created you. You see what I'm saying? And this is what the song is telling us. So I understand now why God did not allow this song to come out 3.5 years ago. I'm going to go deeper. I wrote this song in 1999. All right? 1999. You guys remember Y2K?
Yep.
The whole world was alarmed because, oh my God, the end of the world, the end of, it's coming. We don't know how the computers, the banks, everybody was alarmed. Every morning you wake up with a different news of how the world was going to end because we didn't know how everything was going to react once we changed from 99 to all the zeros, And it is similar to what's happening now. So that song was inspired by those events back in 1999. But God never allowed me to take this song and to bring it to life until now.
And you know what? I found that there's a lot of artists right now that's running into that. Some of the songs that they wrote years ago, they're finding that it was the music for now.
Yes. Well, I'm one of them.
Songs were on albums since 25, 15, 17. Some was written at the end of 19. And it goes, but even goes further because when you think about it, you got to remember Marvin Gaye wrote in the 70s, what's going on? And we're still asking the same question. What's going on? And nobody wants to sit there and talk about
what's going on. Yep.
Yes.
Until we talk about what's really going on and really realize what Martin Luther King was saying that day in the dream, we're going to keep repeating history. We're going to keep repeating this question until we get to where we were. But I need to take us back. We need to go back to the time warp for a minute. Can we go back in time for a minute, Kim?
Yeah.
Where it all began. So, Betsy, we need you to pick that mic back up. No shade on you, Pastor G. Pastor G, no shade on you because you about to step up to the mic too.
Talk to me, sis. Talk to me.
Let me clear my throat. When you're not afraid to make that statement of that declaration for that disclaimer, can you say what you said to Pastor G?
What did you say?
What did you tell Pastor G before you told him that declaration? What did you say? The beginning of time before this, when this all began. We want to go back
17 years back.
17 years ago.
Whoa.
Now listen, I'm going to bring you to the front. Now there's a reason why I'm doing this because women, we tend to be afraid to take a stand for what we want. We tend to be afraid of not saying what we want, but just saying what's true and what's real. because we're afraid of what the outcome may not be in our favor. But this is what happens when you have the favor of God and you believe that what it is what it's going to be. But you have to stand strong and firm. So the strong lady here, Pastor Betsy, before the pastorship took over, and before Pastor G became, the Pastor G, we want to tell you what Betsy said to G. And what G did.
Oh.
That's right.
There you go.
Well,
Oh my.
ladies, 17 years ago, when we first met each other, I told my husband, my future husband, I was like, listen, I'm trying to do the things the right way. I want to, I'm tired of games. I'm really looking for something serious. But first of all, we cannot be legit until God puts in my heart that you are the one for me. All right. But second of all, if you are talking to any other females, you need to
Friends.
female friends or whatever. You need to drop them. You need to let them go, and see where this will go. So, what did you say to that, babe?
So when I first heard that, mind you, this might have been a week or two. I really had to analyze that to listen to what she was saying. So I responded with, so I'm not talking to a lot of females. I'm just saying. So if hypothetically, if I'm speaking to a couple other females, you're telling me that I have to drop even talking to them, even as friends? And she said, yes. But I asked you something. But what about if it doesn't go anywhere? She goes, that's just a chance you got to take. I said, a chance I got to take.
Yep. You want this? That's a chance you have to take.
Well, here's the secret, people. I went right home right after that, called everybody, said, I can't talk to you no more. Sorry. And they actually said, why? What happened? Where did this come from? I said, I met somebody. This person is incredible. It's awesome. She goes to church. And you know what they said to me? You got to watch out for them church girls. You sure you want to do this? And I said, yes. I know what my heart wants. I already knew I was in love with her like the first time I saw her. I knew she was the one.
Yes.
Long story short, I was going through something. My mom said, come to church with me. It'll make you feel better. I went with her to church. And guess who I see singing up there? I see this fluorescent light, like God coming down. This girl with a skirt, she was doing the skit with a skirt and singing. I go, oh, who is that? My mom said, you better leave that girl alone. I think she has a friend. I'm like, Mom, yo, she is dope. I'm going to marry that girl. I confessed it and declared that day, that first day. And here we are 17 years later.
And you know what's the funny part? His mom, when she used to see me in church singing and doing everything that I was saying, because I met his mom first and him and everything else, she will pray and say, God, I want a girl like that for my son. Just like that. She confessed that to us, So, and look, 17 years after, we're still together. But
somebody spoke that into existence. That was
yes.
My mom to this day goes, wow. I said it. And she goes, no, I'm sorry to put my mom out there on blast. You know what she told me?
What she tell you?
You can't mess with her. She's a good girl. And I said, dang, what about me? I'm not a good guy. What you mean she a good girl? And I was like, I didn't get that. I really didn't get that. To this day, I'm like, what you mean she's a good girl? I leave her alone. I'm like, you know me, Mom. I'm not a bad guy. What are you talking about, yo? It was funny. It was hilarious, yo.
He was just going through a complicated situation. That's all. But he is not a bad guy at all. But I understand his mom, when she's coming from. I was into church always. He wasn't. You see what I'm saying?
To my defense, I was just sleeping under the bleachers all the time.
What? Yes, he was sleeping. Yeah, really good.
Good one.
So,
good one.
Yes, a few months after that, we kept, getting to know each other. And I remember this day I was in church and I have this petition in my heart about him. And I remember that God, makes feel something in my heart,
Hang in there.
like this warm feeling, like it is okay. But well, after that happened, I remember we went out because he said, "Oh, I already asked you to be my girlfriend. You say no. So now, whenever God tells you, you're gonna have to ask me." So I remember after that Sunday in church, we went out, and I remember telling him, "Guess what?" And he was like, "What?" I said, "God say yes. Do you want to be my? Do you? No, I said, do you want to be my boyfriend?" And he looked at me like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, it's okay." He was like, "What?"
Happiest moment of my life. Franklin Mills, Bowling Alley,
He never
Philadelphia.
forget.
Never gonna forget.
Now,
Never
you know
gonna forget.
what? I heard something similar to this story before. Now, y'all gotta help me out. So the guy who was married, wait a minute, he is an interracial marriage. He's the father that was on Everybody Hates Chris. All right, do y'all know?
Oh, yeah.
His wife told us the same, well, not told us, but she had a quarantine. I like the way you put it yesterday. Unleash quarantine 2020. He had she had did an unleash quarantine 2020 with her and her husband. And that was the story. He said he walked into the church and she was playing the piano with her baby on the side or on a car seat, I think. And he said he knew at that moment that was her.
Oh, I knew. I knew.
But they say
6
you guys
months,
know. They say you
six
guys know.
six months, 6 months after that, we got married. You know, that happened in
That's right.
May.
That's right. That's right. Turn
That
your back.
happened in May.
6 months.
In October, we were getting married with a huge wedding. God provided everything, opened the door. Somehow I found date on the venue that we wanted. I mean, he just provided everything. You know, it was a beautiful wedding where people still talk about it, how much fun they had and everything. But that's how you know that God was in the midst of everything. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And it doesn't mean that we didn't go through a lot of obstacles, even when we were together. There was a lot of opposition, people that didn't want us together, people that say, "I hope it lasts," things like that, that you'd be like,
Oh, you want to give them a good
why?
story?
You know what I'm
We have
saying?
time for a good story or no?
You got as much time as you
What we
want.
gotta say about the
You,
girl?
oh Lord, there she go, there he
Babe, you
goes.
tell. You tell the story. Yo, this is the craziest thing. How the enemy tried to come in and break up this marriage. Because trust me, what she's about to explain, there's no other way that this situation could have occurred if it wasn't on like a enemy type
The
spiritual
enemy,
level. Because it was
yes.
All
just,
right,
it was
let
just.
me bring you back up to the camera so everybody can see you. Go ahead.
All right, go
Well,
ahead.
this is what happened. I helped this girl from Puerto Rico. She was staying in my house, and
Mhm.
she has a boyfriend, kids, and everything. But somehow she became infatuated with my husband, or my future husband, which we were together as, boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We were preparing our wedding, and
I
somehow,
would go to her house and I
yeah,
would sit on the chairs and she would do those number things and stuff like that. And then you could see the pastor's other predecessors that used to be in the church in the house too would be like, oh, I don't know, watch her.
that's
Mm.
right.
And I was feeling very
God,
uncomfortable.
God always watch out.
But go ahead.
No
It
matter
was
what.
crazy.
So she moved near to Geronimo's mom's house, near her house.
Oh, but before that, hold on.
Mm.
Before that, you see, you're forgetting the big story. So this young lady, she had a boyfriend. She came here from PR where her boyfriend had her kids and everything. So I offered to help her husband, her boyfriend at the time, to go get some tags and register their vehicle. So as I'm going with them to take them over there, her husband, her boyfriend at the time, with the
And
father of
I
the kids,
wasn't there. I
she
wasn't
wasn't
there.
there. Goes inside to the establishment to register the plates. I stay in the car with her and the kids. Can you believe she comes to me and says, "Are you sure you want to marry her? Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I love her. I want." She goes, "I don't think she's right for you. I don't think she's right for you. I think I'm the one right for you." You guys hear what I just
Whoa!
said?
Yeah, the
She said,
boyfriend is out there,
Wait, 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 wait,
but that's how
wait,
the enemy
wait,
works.
wait. Pause.
yes.
I remember this story.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
wait a minute.
Crazy.
She's like,
I need us to go back for a minute. We need another Ace Ventura's moment. Right. This is the girl. So we're gonna bring y'all up to speed real quick.
Uh-huh.
This is your friend from Puerto Rico that you was helping.
My friend, one of that I was helping her and her boyfriend.
allow her to move in her house, living in her house.
Yep.
Wait, it goes deeper. So you not only was helping her, but she was staying in your house.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, she
Talk
was.
about what about your friends?
But it was only like a week that she got there, and she already was trying to stir up problems. A week.
And then she moved on the block of your mom's.
Oh, it gets crazier than that. That's just something else. But the whole thing, I just wanted to put that part how it all started when she told me, I'm the one for you, not her. And I'm like, why are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Your husband's inside the motor vehicles, and I'm about to marry my wife. What are you talking about? Like, yo, and she
The
actually told
deceiving
she's not for you.
spirits. Yep.
I'm the one for you.
Yep.
What?
Deceiving.
So that's that part.
But then this other part, check
Here's
this
the
out.
crazy
It's
part.
getting closer to the wedding, right? She moved next to his mom's house. His mom has a beautiful home that when she went to visit, she was like, "Oh my God, you are so lucky. Look at this house." She got like, and another level of infatuation, you know?
No.
She moved close to her. She went to my mother-in-law's house one time with me, only one time. She moved closer to her.
About 50 minutes, though, about 45 minutes.
No, not tanto. Like 20 minutes, I would say. 20 minutes. But this is the thing. That one time was enough for her to learn how to get to her house from where she moved at, walking. All right? One night, she just decided to pay my mother-in-law a visit. All right? Before very close to the wedding. And she decided to have a chat with my mother-in-law. And of course, she started saying so many things about me to the point that my mother-in-law got confused. And she called my husband and said, "Son, are you sure you want to marry? Right now, I'm not even sure if I want to be a part of that wedding." There were so many things, yes, that this girl just told me. And I'm kind of confused, and we were like, what? How did she got to your house? How did she learn the way?
Only been to the house once.
Yes.
And the house where she lives, I'm telling you, it was like boondocks. And the enemy took her directly to my mother's house. It was about a 25 to 35-minute walk. She walked.
Yeah, with 2 kids, because she got 2 kids.
And just to make her get a point across in order to destroy this marriage.
Yes. So we just started praying, and we just were like, no, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And of course, every time the enemy try to bring something upon your life that is not true, God will reveal the truth.
That's right.
And the truth shall set you free.
Shonda.
So
I gotta ask you a question. I gotta ask you.
Go for it.
When did the Puerto Rican come out and go like this?
I knew she was gonna say that. When was that?
When did this happen? I need to know when this right here. Do you have right? I want to know.
I hear you.
When did that happen?
I think it happened after my husband told me what she did in the car, and that's when I said, "Oh, you have to go."
Yeah, she kicked her out. Yeah.
You have to go. Yes.
You didn't like open the door for her and grab her hand and
Child, I had what she wanted, so I was like, "No, boo boo, I already helped you. You have to go. You have to go." So,
well, you know what? You right, because it's been some things recently where I would have reacted in a way that would have been a ponytail experience.
Right. Hey.
But I've learned to just understand that it wasn't worth it.
Yes.
There you
Remember what I said? That in life, even though we have the boxing gloves on, not always is to fight. So that was one of those moments where even though I had my boxing gloves on, I put my hands down, stay still, and the only decision that I made was saying, okay, this is the problem right here. I need to get rid of the problem. So you are the problem. You need to go, and it doesn't matter what you do. God purpose is going to be fulfilled no matter what.
Where I'm gonna go with my kids though? That's not my problem.
I'm stuck on that. You took your kids and walked 45 minutes just to
Yo,
drive.
crazy. Yes.
Yes.
I'm telling you, the only way if I wasn't spiritual, I would say that this girl tagged it on her GPS and kept the GPS location.
Something, but back
Because
then I
there
don't
was
know
no
if
way.
there was even a
Because
GPS.
there's no way that girl could have found this house. I'm telling you,
Not like
one point,
that.
one time,
Mhm.
no.
No.
And my mom lives like in Boondocks, Atlantic City, and she went to and moved to Hamilton or something and found her way back to Atlantic City. Like
Yes.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
No way,
And
no
you
way.
know, back then, 17 years ago, there was no GPS. It was only, I remember the maps, the sheets that
That's
you
right.
print.
And you had the
Yes.
what's that? The
It was
Gremlin
not. Yeah.
GPS. There was no phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no.
That's how I
So,
knew it was the
It
enemy. It
was
was crazy.
but that's how you know. But
And
that's how you know how powerful this relationship was gonna be. When you see those attacks like that, you be like, wow, I wonder what is the enemy trying to prevent? You
Yeah.
see? And that just motivated us more to keep moving forward, and it made our relationship stronger.
Mhm.
So I thank God for
That
all
was
of
a
that.
series. That was an episode that happened in the series,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
got to chop some stuff up.
One of the episodes. Yes.
Episodes.
Yes.
And
Amen.
this is one of those trilogies. I could just keep going and
Mhm.
going.
And
And
not only that,
Yeah.
there's also some quarantine medication in that, because let me tell you something. Some women has found out that there was some men that found out there was some men, and they had to understand that I'm not going to commit any type of crime. I'm just going to walk away from you. I'm just
Yeah,
going.
I like that. That's
I'm
right.
just going to move.
Yes.
I'm going to keep it
Sis-
moving. And you're going to
Sister Batista say that's the novela mess. Yes, that's the novela mess part of our relationship. And we have a few others, but hey.
I'm with you, Fida. Fida, I agree. And that's
Yeah.
it. She wrote it. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. She said that's the it is.
Soap opera, novela, soap opera.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
talking about soap opera, the song "Hold On" is a soap opera, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
listening. You know
You
what?
guys you really want us to go into this?
So
Can
let
we?
me tell you. Wait,
Dale, briefly.
let me tell you. Okay, so again, real quick. Wait a minute, Kim about to lose it. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Can we hear some music?
Mm.
That would be nice.
Let's cross our fingers, please. Can we cross our fingers?
Or even if it's a cappella, like
Gabriel, you guys going to sing?
Algo extraño ha pasado en el mundo. A diario se escucha hablar que ya pronto se acerca el final, que el mundo terminará. Se estremece todo mi interior al saber que al fin, oh Dios, por mi desgracia no se equivoca, que lo inesperado acontecerá. Tiempo final, mira conmigo su realidad. Tiempo se acaba y el bien regresará. No me entiendas, la Biblia te lo explicará.
So yes, that is the single. And I'm not even gonna let y'all hear no more of it. Because if y'all want to hear some more of it, you gotta download it.
That's right. That's right. Good job. Hey.
So what platform
That's
can
right.
people find that song on?
You can find it on all the platforms. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yep.
You can go on every single platform. I made sure it was on all of them.
Yes.
Yay!
Talking
Y'all
about
know I'm
all of
excited.
them.
Y'all
Now-
know I'm excited. I'm excited. Like,
Mm.
whoa.
So we're gonna be talking about Hold On.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to put the video onto that one? Or you want me to talk
While
first,
I'm
then put the
grabbing
video?
it, while I'm grabbing it, you go ahead and
Story
and
first.
give us
Go
an
ahead.
announcement about it.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be brief because it's a real touchy
Yes.
subject.
Mhm.
In a nutshell, this song was created about 2 years ago, right? So give or take, about 2 years ago. So we were set to launch our album. That was our single to get ready so we could start launching all the other songs. We were going to launch a song every month after that. But to our surprise, 2 months, was it 2 months before we released it? After we released it?
Yes.
2 months after we released it,
Hmm.
I got some bad news. And like I said, to make it all paraphrase and get it all in a nutshell, the bad news was I was diagnosed with cancer.
Hmm.
I was diagnosed with cancer. It was it was so bad that my doctor actually he told me to go ahead that weekend and put my paperwork in order
Yes.
because the amount of cancer that they had found was so much that he felt as though that he could not do anything about it. So he said he only had one option for me. The option was for me to go to Boston Cancer Center and see what they can do. But besides that, try to get everything in order and your household in order because pretty much you didn't have much to live. So, of course, anybody hears that, they're distraught. I didn't know what to do. At that moment, I started crying. I started screaming, going up, screaming up and down the block. My wife's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Told her the doctor just said this. The doctor just said that. I don't understand why. We're ministers. We're doing what we got to do for God. I don't smoke. I never smoked. Did drugs in my life. I don't drink. I'm good. I take care of myself. I eat healthy. Why does this have to happen to me? This is the question that everybody asks.
Yes.
I'm almost certain. Why? Why
Mhm.
me?
Of course.
I take care of myself. I don't do anything that may cause this to come to me, but I was diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
So I didn't know what to do. I visited my doctor. He referred me to a couple other doctors. We went to Temple. They said, we could try to do surgery, but let's see what happens with your biopsy. So I had the biopsy done. The doctor came back with the results to the biopsy, and he said, I have some good news and the bad news. The bad news is, I said, I want the bad news first. Usually everybody wants that. He said, you do have cancer. The good news is we have a little bit of time to try to figure something out to get to it.
Yes.
Not a little bit, not a lot. Like
Not
wait
a lot
months.
of time. No.
No, we got to work.
We need
fast.
to move fast.
We need to move fast, but
basically.
we got some time. So I was like, oh my God,
What to do?
what to do?
That was the question right there. What to do? How do you want to treat this? And I remember in the moment that he told me, honey, the results came back. He was desperate. I have never seen my husband like that. And he told me, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I remember that vivid in my head because my reaction was just to hold him. And I hugged him and I said, you are not gonna die. You are not gonna leave me. You know what I'm saying? I told Mira and I said that and I feel it because that came from my heart, I say, you are not gonna leave me. You are not gonna die. We still have so much to do, And from there was just a matter of finding the right doctors, getting with God, it was as more as a medicine and everything, but it was a spiritual process as well.
It was.
Because throughout the whole process, I was the one trying to keep the house
In order, spiritually.
up and all the aspects. My husband was going through something so hard that he had no strength
I
to
had no
do
strength. I
anything
just
else.
lost. I didn't want to eat.
He didn't want to eat nothing. He didn't
Nothing.
want to eat. He didn't want to get up from the bed
I
sometimes.
lost weight. It was a
Yes.
process. It was a horrible
It,
process.
it was very hard, and I remember that I had to wake up every morning and just put this face of everything is gonna be all right. I need to be strong, for my husband, for my kids. I need to keep on moving, you know. And I was like his coach every morning. Come on, honey, get up. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's read the Bible. Let's you want to go outside. Let's spend some times outside. You know what I'm saying? It was like all the priorities shifted, you know? Forget about music, forget about entertainment, forget about doing anything else. Right now, my priority was my house, was my husband, and all of the other things that were out of place, like, material, superficial stuff became nothing, because at the end of the day, none of that gave you nothing. None of that can save you from an illness or an unexpected news.
That's right.
So
I've even seen other doctors. I went to the Temple's Health Center and Cancer Center, and they even said, okay, you have this option. They had this option. So right there, I came home and I said, honey, I don't know what to do. Whether to have surgery, go straight to the surgery, have chemo, radiation, all that. You're confronted with all these choices, and we don't know. We don't know. So I took it upon myself. It was a Sunday, so I started doing researches on my cancer, type of cancer, the extents, my age. The next thing you know, I see this person online, this New York doctor, and something came over me, and it said to like write to this doctor. So I write to this doctor. Mind you, the doctor that I wrote to happens to be one of the top doctors
in Manhattan,
for cancer. He does all artists,
the stars,
all the stars, all the CNN people. He's done like people of high class status.
Yeah, I mean, people with money.
Okay,
we're talking about somebody that take care of the people that have ching ching.
Millions.
Which honestly, we don't have ching ching, but we know our Heavenly Father has everything and more.
So
right?
I have faith, so I wrote to him. So here you go. Send the email. All right. So we left it at that. Monday, I go to see my doctor because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to ask him which route would he go for this. You know what I mean? Would you do surgery, chemo, blase, blase? So don't you know? I'm trying to paraphrase and making sure. They call me back to go see my doctor. As soon as I go to open up that doorknob to go see the doctor, my phone rang. When I pick up the phone, I said, hello. He said, yes. Hi, I'm trying to be so-and-so. I said, yes, this is me. How may I help you? He said, hi, my name is Dr. Samadi. You reached out to me yesterday? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This is the actual doctor, not an assistant. No, this is Dr. Samadi. I'm calling you. I find your case very interesting considering your age. And I think this is something I want to look into. So I said, all right. He said, I said, when do you want to make an appointment? He says, I want to see you Thursday. And I'm like, what? Yo, what? So I said, yes, make an appointment, blah, blah, blah. I'll go back to see my doctor. When I go see my doctor, I said, doc, I need to know what's the best route for this. I don't know what to do, chemo, this and that. He said, if it was my personal experience and it happened to me, I'm going to tell you as your doctor, if anybody has any cancer or any rust, like just say an object has rust, you would want to just remove the rust. Think of it that way. So I would suggest having a surgery. I said, doc, well, it's funny you said that. Check this out. He said, I recommend a couple people. I have this doctor for you. I can do it. This doctor said, okay. But before you do that, I want to tell you that I reached out to this doctor. His name is Dr. I said, who? He said, doctor. Start looking him up. He said, wait a minute. This is Dr. This is one of the highest. I said, yeah, he just told me to come in. He said, go see him and tell me
about favor
to see how everything works out. So I go to see the doctor that Thursday, and Betsy's like, man, New York? That sure is a far way to go see a doctor, this and that. I said, honey, but look, this is what happened, this and that. I'm moving on faith.
That's right.
I'm moving on faith. Let's see what he got to say, this and that. We get there. Long story short, we get there. He sees me, says, "Yeah, this is pretty bad. You have back cancer." I like to tell people the way it is, straight up. There's a couple options, but I believe I can help you out. I want to remove it, surgery, and let's see where we go from there. So I said, all right. So I said, when I started talking to my wife before we even talked to her, looks over the secretary. Blase, miss, whatever, book them in for Monday. With everything I have on my schedule, cancel it. We're gonna do a surgery Monday. I was like,
What?
what? Like Betsy, like,
I do not want to go to do a surgery in
New
New
York.
York. I don't have nobody in New York. How am what I was thinking, because I say eventually it's your body, so you have to make the decision, right? That's the wise thing to do as a wife, because whatever decision he makes, he's the one that's going to deal with the consequences, not me. So we have to be mindful. Yeah, I'm the wife, but this is his body. He is the one that's going to have to deal with whatever consequences his decisions, make. But I was like, what am I going to do? You're going to have surgery. I have nobody in New York. What am I going to stay? I was just thinking about all of that. Where am I going to stay, first of all? How am I going to do that? But then I was like, well, you know what? God will take care of everything. And when he said, Monday, you're going to have surgery, I was like, this is it. And then I was like, but doctor, what am I going to do? He was like, you don't have to worry about nothing. I have reserved a whole floor for my patients, and you're going to have your own room where you're going to stay there with your husband. You're going to have a menu to pick whatever you want to eat
Mind
for
you, we just
breakfast,
told you
lunch,
guys this
and
guy
dinner.
does it for the stars.
Yes.
So this actual room, this hospital
Mhm.
was like 5-star
It was beautiful.
hotel, marble glass everywhere.
Yeah.
Flat screens, TVs, leather seats. Now,
Oh, the shower. It had a rain shower and everything
I didn't
on the
have a-
bathroom.
I didn't
I'm
have
like,
a regular
what?
normal bed. I didn't have a regular normal bed like the hospitals do. My bed was like leather, and it was incredible. This
It
was
was
really
it was amazing. So I got into the room because when they took him to get surgery, I said this doctor is bluffing, whatever. He just wanted to do the surgery and get the money. No, when they say, Miss Santana, come here, this is the room you have to go. This is the floor. When I walk into that floor, it was like I was walking into five-star hotel. You know, the hallways were beautiful. I was like,
glass,
where
crystal, like,
we at?
oh my
What
God.
is this? And they were like, this is your room, this is your suite with your husband, and this is the rope for you, and this is that. And I was like, wait, what
Yeah.
happened? What is gonna happen
The
here?
thick Joan robes, with, like the cushion, like it was crazy.
Yes.
So
And then this is the menu. You can order whatever you want to eat.
tell them what you had on your menu, girl.
Guess what? When I read the menu, I was having lobster ravioli, lamb chops, cheesecake from New York, high water, and dessert, anything that I wanted, soups. I mean, you name it. Shrimp cocktails if you just want a snack. I was like, all right, God.
God's favor working.
When God said nothing, you guys are gonna lack nothing, and I'm gonna be with you through the whole process. Wow, he was not like he busted my expectations. I was like, I never in a million years. I have the pictures and everything to prove it. While my poor husband was laying in bed because he couldn't eat, I was there with my little table, my knife, and
And mind you, my mom was on her way up because she knows how to travel and do all that. So she came up, on her own. And I'm like, I don't want this little lady coming up here. She went up. She was a trooper, yo.
She's a trooper.
She went to New York taking buses
and the train.
And when she got there, she couldn't believe it. She was like, what is this? What?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna order. I want lamb chops. I'm going.
She got her treat too.
It was crazy. It was a great experience.
That
even
part,
though going through what I went through.
Yes.
So to make a long story short, that was perfect. But then I came home after I had my surgery. I had a bag. Had to walk with the bag and everything. Went back. Had to get my results. Do you know, guys? The doctor came to me. He goes, "What is that called again?"
What are you talking about?
The test came back results, and I'm going to tell you how much cancer you had. We took out your cancer. When he tells me, he goes, I have no idea. I don't know how you're living today. He said, you had 97% cancer. We took out 97%.
Wow.
Yep. And the
And
best part is it didn't spread
it didn't
to
spread anywhere.
any other
And he's just still
areas.
trying to understand how you had 97% and it didn't spread anywhere. It stayed localized. And I said,
Hmm.
that's God's favorite God watching over me. I got somebody watching over me. And this is a guy who, I don't know if he's a believer or whatever, but he said, yeah, you definitely got somebody looking down upon you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
You're a
I'm like,
miracle, Ledecia. You're a
you're a
miracle.
miracle. To this day, 2 years later, I'm cancer free. And every time I go see him, he says, you definitely have somebody looking down upon you. This is incredible. He opens up his file. He goes, "Phew, 97%. This is all he ever says to me. He's just flabbergasted by it. Like, I can't believe
You're a miracle.
you are a miracle. So yes, I am. Yes, I
Praise
am.
God for
And I always
that.
walk in faith, and I thank God for that. And so that's the story behind Hold On, because Hold On was telling us, was preaching to us and telling us, hold on, because it's going to be all right. So
Wow.
this is the song that came on before what I had to go through. And
You had
he's
no
basically
idea.
just telling us, hold
Mhm.
on, it's going to
Yeah.
be all right. I had people praying for me, fasting for me. When I say all around the world, I literally mean all around the world.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
spiritual what was it called? Spirit in Spanish, I know the guerreros in English. In Spanish.
Warriors.
We had spiritual warriors that was praying for us in every parts of the world. It was crazy. It was like a change in the atmosphere, and
Hmm.
and a conviction. Like I got healed, and I just kept confessing and confessing since the day from that day to now. I say, heal me, O Lord, heal me, O Lord, for I am saved. Save me, O Lord, save me, Lord, for Lord. So you're one I will always praise. Jeremiah 17:14, and I say that every day. And I truly believe that declaring, confessing things with your mouth and you speaking it through the word, it will pass.
Yes.
It will pass. I'm living proof. I'm a miracle. Miracles happen today just as well as happened before. I had
Yes.
people who's listening to this. I had 97% cancer. 2 years later, I am cancer free.
Yes.
Cancer free. I shouldn't be here right now. I was told to go home and put my paperwork in order.
That's right.
Incredible,
Amen.
incredible. And,
Amen.
I want to thank God first for all this. Thank my wife, because see, this is the big picture. People don't understand how hard it's hard for the patient who has cancer, but it's also hard for the other person who has to hold everything. That's why I love my wife so much and so dearly, because she was able to hold everything together. Because it's not only a depression on me, it's a depression that could also come upon her
Of
dealing with this
course.
situation.
That's
It's the picture is bigger than what
Mhm.
it is. You know what I mean? I have the cancer, but yes, she is going through almost everything that I'm going through. We're
Mhm.
one. The Bible says we're
Emotionally,
one spirit, we
yes.
become one.
Yes.
So she's dealing with all this. On top of that, try to deal with everything in the household. That's why God, made them as strong as they are. Like she had preached earlier, the bone, to be able to withhold that and multitask and do what they have to do to keep everything in order when the other half is down. Oh my God. I thank God for her. Definitely. It's been a blessing to have this woman in my life. And I thank
Ouch.
God.
I have so much to say.
Because definitely, if I didn't have God and I didn't walk the way I'm walking now, I don't think I'd be here. I
And
don't think I'd be here.
the way you was jumping around last night during your performance, that explains that shout.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
That
Yes.
look, I gotta say something. I gotta say something.
Oh, but before you say something, one other thing that's going to blow your mind. You ready for this?
I don't think I could take another blow.
Oh, this is incredible. So a week passes by. I receive a bill in the mail, girl, and I was like, what I'm gonna do with this bill? Over $60,000. So I guess I'm gonna have to pay $20 for the rest of my life, right? So the lady calls me and she goes,
You
yeah.
call her. You
I
call
called her. I said, I just received this bill in the mail,
Uh-huh.
this and this and that. I want to make payment arrangements because I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't no way I can pay all this. So I want to make an arrangement. I will pay $10, $20 a month, whatever's comfortable for me and my bill. I got bills too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got bills. She goes, hold on, Mrs. Santana. Give me a second. She goes back to the doctor. She comes back to that on the phone and says, Miss Santana, have a great weekend. The doctor said, don't worry about it. It's on him.
Toma. Boom.
Boom. Tell me if that ain't God, I don't know what that is. Ain't no doctor in this world gonna give up 60-some thousand dollars and let you have it for free. You tell me if you know a doctor that'll do that today. Well,
Nope.
I do. I know one. That's my God who healed him.
Yeah.
Who went through him, healed me. He
Yes.
said, don't worry about it. Have a good weekend.
Yep.
and I owe $200. I owe that. I paid that $200. If you can say what, I'm paying right now. How would you like to pay? Credit card, take it out, girl. I wasn't playing.
Wait, when you
Yeah.
told me the story the first time, you ended it the same way. The same tone. It was like, what? I was like,
Because that's how it was. That's how it was.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to say that part. Another miracle. Boom.
Yes.
Go ahead, Sean.
She can't take it no more. She can't.
God's favor, man.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to stay composed
Amen.
only because I always say God shows up.
Yes, he does. He show off too. That's what I say.
And when he shows up on this show, it takes me. Everybody knows I'm already emotional, but I don't really think anybody really gets the legits of why.
Mhm.
You know, hearing your story and the fact that your wife stuck with you, stuck by you, and even in the midst of it all, even if she wasn't strong,
Mhm.
you looking at her, you knew you can lean on her.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You knew that she
Amen.
was there, but
Mhm.
the strength that it took for her to stand, because there's
Mm.
nothing like
Mhm.
seeing somebody you care about get sick, and there's nothing you can do but just call on God and pray that
That's
the
right.
favor of
Yes.
God still keeps them with you. It don't matter. It matters. It matters who the person is that you're praying for, but
Mhm.
the prayer of a wife
Yes. Yes.
for her husband. And you know, I always sit there and I say, when a woman prays for a man, but it's when a man prays for a woman too. Because
Yes.
I know you were sitting there saying that same prayer, to saying, you know what, God, I'm gonna need you to hold her.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's not even it, because you and I have the same story where a doctor looked at you and said, "Ha,"
Mhm. Mhm.
you know. But the point of it all, is while you were talking, I went and reposted back out that people needed to listen and tune in, because I called it when it's a setup by God. Before even hearing your whole ending, that
Mhm.
tells you, first of all, the major setup was the fact that you found somebody that only handles stars.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm. That's
He
right.
only handles stars.
Mhm.
It wasn't just no ordinary. So it goes right back to tell you, when God chooses you to go through something, he's going to make sure you're taken care of, even while you're going through.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Because you was not in no ordinary situation with 97% of cancer.
Mm-mm.
Not
Mm-mm.
at all.
Mm-mm.
You was in a luxury suite. You,
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. Luxuries. That's the word. Yes.
Yes.
but
Yeah.
then it goes deeper than that, because you can't afford it. When
Mm-mm.
God put you and God set you in places and put you in places where you wasn't even where you didn't have the credentials, the
Nope.
fame, the fortune, the speech, the literacy, the education, the looks, the style. Need I keep going?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
I'm just trying to.
Mhm.
Mm.
Amen.
Then at the end, you took me to the very end when you say Jesus paid it all once
Mhm.
Boom.
Boom.
Yes.
again. Once
Yes.
again, Jesus paid it all. He paid it all. Once again.
Once again.
Once again.
That's right.
Once
That's
again.
right.
Once
Yep.
again. He paid it all. Once again. But the thing about it was 97%. Don't know how long it's been, but then you were scheduled for an emergency right here, right there.
Yes. Yes. Good job. Yep. An emergency right there. Quick. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So
I love it.
I'm trying to breathe, and I'm not. I
You know
can't
what?
say that. I
I
can't
love
say
it because
I'm,
this
I'm
brings this brings so much hope to people
It
who
does.
feel like there's no way out. They can't escape. They're by themselves. They don't know how. Why me? You
Yep.
know, but this is a outward expression of something for real.
Yes.
How God steps in and he
Moves.
oh my gosh, beyond your wildest imagination.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we only process what we know,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond what we see, beyond what we think. And we at times even ask God to reveal himself and to show us things. Even in our asking, we don't even understand the volume of what we're asking for. Because you're
Yes,
talking about the God of the universe.
That's right.
The
Yes.
master creator.
Yes.
The one who sees all, knows all, that master orchestrator of everything.
Yes.
And when you just step back and you allow yourself just to speak, to utter those words of God, I need you.
Yes. Oh
Or
my God.
God,
Yes.
I believe you. You know what I mean? And you
Yes.
stand in that. That is such a powerful thing, especially when he puts you in position and he shows himself strong. Something nobody could do.
But Kim, I'm trying to hold my seat. Because guess what?
Hold on.
Worrying about it, but he already worked it out. Boom!
Yes.
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 At what
It's
time?
already, and okay, so I'm gonna go back real quick. Because I've been sitting back and I've been listening. But I have like my father. My father was diagnosed with leukemia. The doctors gave him 6 months. Right? I said, Dad, why don't you, because he was living in Harrisburg. I said, Dad, why don't you come back to Philly because you can go to Penn. I work with all of these top oncology doctors. Come on. Like, you don't have to deal with what you're dealing with over there. Come here. He said, I'll be there in 130 something days. No, 175 days, something like that, he said. I was like, why would you wait that long?
Yeah, right.
What he did was he accepted what the doctor said. And he lived his life according to what the doctor spoke to him.
Yeah.
He believed it.
Yeah.
It's something when you deny what they say and you call on God and you say, look, God, like, I know you bigger than them. I know you're the master doctor. I know you get the final say. I'm believing your word.
Amen.
I'm standing on who you say you are. And you start speaking life instead of speaking death. He spoke death on himself.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
People can speak life for you all day long. But if you ain't speaking it for yourself and you're not believing it,
that's right. Come on, Kim. Yes.
Don't expect the different.
Nope.
Because your words, life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That's right. That's it.
That's right.
That's it.
So you are a walking epistle.
Amen.
Of what it means.
Yep.
Like you hear it, like we get those diagnoses. And as soon as we hear it, it's like, oh, me?
Yes.
Like I heard other people, but me?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we try to process it in the natural, like.
But there's a reason why it had to be you.
But yes. But our journey and what believers go through in our journeys, we go through this roller coaster. Because even when we talk about Christ and how when he went through the garden, he was mentally jacked up for a second, like, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, if this cup can pass, like, why me?
Yes.
Okay. I have to go through this. I got to go through the process.
I was born for this.
I was
basically. Ah,
listen,
You know you born for it.
listen,
I know, but when you know you born for it,
yeah.
man.
Kim, did we talk
And then
about
to
this?
see God get the glory out of it, all, like the ultimate, like
Always.
the icing on it.
Yes.
Like what?
Yes.
Like who does that happen for? Those ones who step out and say, you know what, God, I know you got me.
You got me.
It's something else out there, and I'm believing on you to see me through this thing.
Okay.
And he also says that faith without works is dead.
Dead.
Now,
That's right.
you
Come
can
on.
look, you
Yes.
can look for doctors all day. But until you make that move and you make that phone call, or you
Exactly.
change that diet,
Yeah.
and you start shifting stuff,
Yeah.
listen,
You're right. You're right.
man.
You know,
Had I not, you're right. Just like you said, had I not listened to God, and I would have went with the first doctor,
would have been
yeah.
different.
And that's why God used me that Sunday to go through the internet and find that doctor. I had to wait on him on his time. That's
And
what life is. Wait on for him.
then
on his
he
time.
was secure about the
it was
decision.
incredible.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you are not secure about something, I mean, it's not the right thing. It's not of God. It's not for you. You know, even if it looks impossible, but you feel the security and this peace inside of you, you know God is going to be in the midst. So just go ahead, jump on it, because He's going to have your back all the way through.
That's
so
right.
this is the story behind Hold On.
yeah, I think we better play this video. Yeah, I think we need to play the video.
Go for it.
Because at this point,
it's time to close it with a bang.
Yeah, because at this point, I'm like Shirley Caesar. With Joe, I can't hold my mule at this point.
Hold on, be strong, it's gonna be alright. Stand strong, don't let go, it's gonna be alright. Hold on, be strong, it's gonna be alright. Stand strong, don't let go, it's gonna be alright.
We go through life every day, connected to the modern way, yeah. Concerned about what people say, rejecting faith like a plague. Trying to find your righteous way, be accepted every day. Looking for the 12 step, ease the mind and cure the pain. Trying to find solutions, in the heart and in the pain. So it's gotta break. Anytime make me thinking I'm doing correct. All my spiritual best for them. Blessed to the fullest, not 10%. Never be shown this trust with a phone intent. Cause life is short, to despise. We have to strive to stay alive. Reach the sky, no time to cry. Hold your head up way up high. Next kick, spread his word like a plague on your timeline. Hashtag no regrets. Instagram, hashtag my grind. Struggling up the world. Has you hypnotized, even paralyzed to the bed of lies.
Struggles come and bring you down, down. Hold on, be strong, it's gonna be alright.
Be strong, it's gonna be alright.
Yes.
So you know what? God is so awesome. Just like how He
Yes,
ordained stuff. Like who would have knew? You would have been working on a play. I would meet you guys.
I know, right? Oh my God.
The way that it did. Like, who knew? Just those divine relationships, divine encounters.
That's right.
And spirit recognizing spirit too, because that's another thing. Because it's a whole lot of,
You're right.
out there. But
All right.
man,
Every time, every time a good thing is supposed to happen, what happens?
That's right.
You know what?
That's right.
I ain't giving up that easy. It ain't going down like that.
No.
So trust
Well,
me.
I wanna give you guys a thanks definitely because this helps our ministry and my ministry. I believe has been to spread what God has done in my life. And a sister from church brought that to my attention. She goes, brother,
Sister
you have
Johanna.
Sister Joanna, the one I was online, you have a testimony you have to give. And ever since I started doing it last week, I have been going on shows, internet shows, radio shows, testifying of what God's done for me in my life. So I'm going to continue doing this. Thank you for you allowing us to be on here and spread that. So hopefully this could be a message of hope to someone out there that's listening to this podcast or the show.
Let me tell you something. A couple of weeks ago, I said, if I was able to use my imagination and wonder why, there was no more books of the Bible written. And I want to believe it's because he knew that people wasn't going to read, but people will look and people will read you before they see anything else. So with that being said, somebody saw your story and somebody saw your light. They saw both of your stories. They saw your light. They saw your beginning. They saw your middle. They're seeing your dash action.
Mm-hmm.
Today you gave us so much food on the table. And the dash action was what it looked like at the beginning. But just when you think it's the end, this is where it just began.
Yes.
You're just taking off right now because there's more people that needs to read your chapter of the Bible right now.
Come on. Yes.
There's some more people that needs to know that, yes, I've been hurt in my life. Some things has happened in my life, but I still believe and trust that God has something better for me, and I'm not going to give up and I'm not going to give into it. And I believe at the end, when I see it, I'm going to know what it is.
Yeah.
Because when you saw her, you knew who she was. When the doctor saw you, he knew what it was. Even now, knowing, being, well, all this is happening, that's just confirmation that he don't want no more to come out, but you can't stop it. He got, he put us all in these little cubby holes. Like I say, they put us all in corners and put us all in timeout for us to evaluate our lives right now. And while we was evaluating our lives, he knew that we were not going to be able to analyze it by ourselves. So he had people like you that come on shows like this, and somebody hears and said, "Wait a minute, that's me."
Exactly.
And then they hear your ending, and they say, "Oh, I got hope." Because if he got there and I'm like him, that must mean I'm on the right road. Or
that's right.
It may just mean, wait a minute, I'm going the wrong way.
Let me turn around.
Yes.
So look, like I said, I am so grateful to you both. And Kim, again, thank you so much because in order for you to be blessed, sometimes in order for you to be blessed or be a blessing, you have to be in place. We all talked about that.
Yes.
We were supposed to have been here 2 weeks ago, so we thought.
That's right.
So we thought we were supposed to have been scheduled to have this 2 weeks ago, so we thought. But the period, time, and appropriate designated design was now.
Divine.
Amen.
That's right.
So yes, that divine intervention. So anybody that's listening to Piece of the Puzzles, understand there's a reason why it's not PIECE, even though she is a piece.
That's right.
The PEACE. There is a difference.
Yes.
If you know your purpose and you know your place, you will too be able to fit and make that puzzle where it's supposed to be. And vice versa. Because he's the piece to her puzzle. Because without him, there's no her. Without her, there's no him.
Yes.
That union of that marriage, that unity, that matrimony. But you have to know who you are first.
That's right.
Yes.
So don't think you heard it here first that we said, go find your be your piece to your puzzle. You need to know who your puzzle is. Better yet, you need to know what your piece is, because you can't
That's
be
right.
somebody else's piece if you don't have peace within.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
So, look, y'all.
No, we are more than honored. We are more than honored to be able to be here. I know we have talked about so many subjects and stuff like that, but hey, it somehow some part of the video somebody will stop and listen what they needed to hear.
That's right.
So I thank God for that opportunity. I thank God for you guys, and for this platform. So guys, keep doing what y'all doing,
Yes.
because this world
Needs it.
needs real people, needs truth. It doesn't need nothing that is, created, or nothing that is just stage. They need real,
Yes.
so they could be able to go through life and would withstand the trials, the tribulations, the moments that they're gonna have to face. So thank you so much. It has been a blessing and an honor. De verdad, I bless you guys. And let's declare a word for your lives. Let's declare that this program and this platform is going to go to a next level,
Yes.
where you guys are going to be able to host many people with great testimonies
touch
and
many people. Yes.
start changing the life of, the system, start changing everything that it moves around in order to bring glory to the King. Amen.
Amen.
Man, I received that.
I love you guys. I love you.
Love
All
you
right. Love
too.
you
Wait a minute. Hold on.
too. She's like, hold on.
I just forgot. So let me make the declaration now.
Oh,
When
yeah.
music was playing. No,
Amen.
no shade on you, Kim, but y'all two know better. We don't just give up like that. November 15th and October 23rd.
I know. Praise God for that. Yes.
So yeah, I ain't done yet. Hold on now. I ain't done yet. I'm not done. I ain't giving up like that. Y'all forgot. Y'all may not have known me, but y'all forgot.
What happened?
And everybody who know me know I don't give up that easy either. So we gonna try this again. We gonna do this again. We doing this again.
It's playing again. There we go.
That's right. That's right. But you say unplug. Unplug.
Unplug. That's right. Quarantine unplug.
Hold on, be strong. It's gonna be alright. Stand strong, don't let go. It's gonna be alright. Hold on, be strong. It's gonna be alright. Stand strong, don't let go. It's gonna be alright.
We go through life every day, connected to the model way, yeah. Concerned about what people say, rejecting faith like a play. Trying to find your righteous way, be accepted every day. Looking for the 12 step, ease the mind and cure the pain. Trying to find solutions, never hard to end the pain. So little gotta pray, just to see another day.
This world's gonna bring you down, down. I will like to get
And it's time to keep thinking I'm correct. All much spiritual festival. Blessed to the fullest, not 10%. Never be true, trust with a phone intent. Cause life is short, to despise. We have to strive to stay alive. Reach the sky, no time to cry. Hold your head up way up high. Next kick, spread this word like a plague on your timeline. Hashtag no regrets. Instagram, hashtag my grind. Struggling up the world. Has you hypnotized, even paralyzed to the bed of lies.
This world's gonna bring you down, down, down. Hold on, be strong.
I question why, what is life about? I come to terms with reality that this world that we live in can really be what it seems. They say life is life. I'm afraid to live, I'm afraid to die. I question myself, why does it have to be this way? Million people die because of race and because of race.
But a disgrace to this generation. People walk with paper face, not knowing if they're real or fake. I can't cope, can't relate. They say that's a give and take. Man, I can't even concentrate. My distress is just too great to even try to delegate. To listen to my inner voice, to learn about my interface, to unlock the keys to that special place. I can't wait, it's my fate. Nothing lasts forever. And yes, life goes on. Each minute passes by, and we sing the same song.
Hold on, be strong. It's gonna be alright. Stand strong, don't let go. It's gonna be alright. Hold on, be strong. Stand
And on that note, it's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
All right.
Boom.
I.
All right.
Like I said, I love you guys. I love you. I miss you so much. And thanks.
Same here. Bless
Bye,
you. Bless you.
guys.
That being said, y'all already know what time it is. It's gonna be time for us to just go on here and get up out of here. I don't know about y'all, but I'm in all praise mode, and yeah,
Leave it on that note, like you said.
I don't know what else to say, but all I can tell you is, based on this alone, you know this. You know this if you don't know nothing else, right, Kim?
Information is free. Read it, write it, count it, makes a difference for me. It's all around, everywhere. Open your eyes so you can see. Can you make it? Can you make it? Can you make it? I guess I can do it. Can you make it? Can you make it? Can you make it? There's nothing in this world that can keep you from your purpose. No, nothing. What you set your mind to do. Your mind to do. Availability is within your reach and stretch. No one to blame for your excuse. No one to blame but you.
So from sister chat, from us to your home, we have to say bye-bye. And guess what? You can make it.
In the